Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to go over my top 5 favorite dividend stocks for 2021. These stocks are for more of a long-term hold, and so you can maximize your gains from the stock itself and also the dividends. I also recommend reinvesting those dividends to maximize your gains as well. Now before we get into the stocks, if you wouldn't mind supporting me as a new creator by hitting that like button, click subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new content. I post new videos weekly and it would mean the world to me if you did. Also, if you are new to the channel, I do have a monthly giveaway. All you have to do to enter is go to the first video of the month, and from there just comment, like, and subscribe, and you're entered. And if you want to get a free stock with Webull, you can use my link down below. All you have to do is deposit $100 or more to get that free stock, valued up to $1,600. Alright, so starting off with the first dividend stock is Johnson & Johnson. This company has been innovating products for 130 years plus and has no signs of slowing down. They also have a very impressive 58 years straight of consecutive dividends and also have great gains on your initial investment. Their current dividend yield is sitting at a respectable 2.48% and it's paying $1.01 per share quarterly. Now, one of the reasons why this stock has a lot of upwards potential is because of the COVID-19 pandemic that's happening right now. They just finished trials recently on their COVID vaccine, and they are distributing around 100 million doses by the end of the summer. Now, this vaccine is very important, and it's different from all the other companies because it is a one-shot vaccine compared to a two-shot vaccine that you have to get weeks apart. This means that Johnson & Johnson can give it out at a faster pace than these other companies can. Plus, the pandemic is far from being over. We still have to distribute it to the rest of America, and also probably the rest of the country will probably help out as well, because that's usually what the United States does. And with the virus mutating, we could see them making several new vaccines or updating them for boosters. So there's still a lot of potential there in itself. And they are also working on their own products at the same time and have other projects as well. So this is a very good long-term hold stock that I highly recommend. It is just very safe with that dividend yield, and it pays out a good amount for how much a share is. Alright, so the next dividend stock I want to go over is Coca-Cola. For those that haven't heard of Coca-Cola, they are a soda distributor. They also do make water Dasani, which is kind of gross. We're not going to talk about that right now. But anyway, their dividend has been consecutive for over 59 years, and they had just raised their dividend to 42 cents per share per quarter. And they also have a very impressive dividend yield sitting at 3.18%. And just like Johnson & Johnson, you will get a very good amount back for your shares that you hold, and also you'll get a good return on your investment as well. It's definitely a stock that won't fluctuate that much, and you'll most likely want to use this stock for more of a dividend payout more than a return on your investment. Now, I definitely would recommend putting this in your portfolio, but definitely not a large amount. You want to definitely diversify it if you can. But overall, this is a very good consumer goods stock. Another good one would be Hormel Foods. They've been around for a long time. I personally just like Coca-Cola better. I think it's going to be around much longer. People, when they think of a soda, they think of a Coca-Cola. They don't think of a Pepsi. So I think it's a better stock overall. All right, so next up for our dividend stock, we have Apple. Now, I know many of you could expect that Apple would be on this. It's one of the safest stocks probably out there on the entire market, but it has to be on this list because it's just that good. So Apple has a very good track of raising their dividend each year and also maintaining that safe dividend yield and paying out a decent amount of the dividend itself. So currently it is at a very, very impressive 0.67%, which is absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever seen a yield that low before, so very impressive for Apple. And currently they are paying 20 cents per share quarterly. Now, if you're looking for a very super safe stock that won't really break the bank too much, considering that the stock's around $125 per share right now, this is definitely the one for you. Apple offers great gains on your initial investment and consistent dividends as well. And Apple overall has been gaining more and more in the tech space each year, so you'll get a lot more on your initial investment than you originally did. Considering that you hold it for a longer period of time. One of the biggest innovations that they've currently worked on is their new M series chip that they're putting into all of their products and phasing out Intel slowly, so that's also going to benefit their stock greatly as they don't need to rely on these other companies for distribution and paying, so the prices of their models might go down as well. And we also have seen Apple working on some secret projects like the Apple Car that will significantly affect the price of Apple if that is true and when that actually happens, and also will raise the dividend on top of that. Alright, so the next stock I want to go over is Realty Income. They're a company that focuses on giving consistent monthly dividends out to their shareholders. So they have a bunch of different holdings and a bunch of different things, but one of them is realty, which would be having real estate for commercial use that they have large holdings in. So currently the price of realty has been floating around $50 to $65 a share, ever since the bottom of the pandemic. It kind of bounced off of the low. I think it was probably, I don't even know how low it was, but it's been consistently at this price. But pre-pandemic, it was sitting at around $80 to $85 per share, which is pretty good. So there's a lot of potential upside in the future if you hold this stock. Now, most people wouldn't think this stock is a very good buy right now because a lot of commercial spaces have not been renting out, because people aren't going out still. So it's not technically the best buy because of that, but if you're considering the long-term hold, then it is. Now, I say this because the pandemic is not completely over, but we are getting a better grip on it, and the cases have been going down each day. And a big thing that most people don't think about is land is kind of scarce, and especially commercial land is kind of scarce. It's one thing to go buy a plot of land, but it's another to build a commercial facility on top of it or building. So they own all of these buildings, so they already have the upper hand. So if someone needs those, which eventually in the future someone will, because we'll eventually run out of space because of overpopulation. So if you really think outwards of 10, 20, 30 years, the stock is a really good hold for your retirement. The stock is a really good hold for your retirement portfolio. So currently their dividend yield is sitting at 4.23%, and they're paying out 23 cents per share. But it's not quarterly. They actually pay their dividends out monthly, which is a really nice thing. You don't have to wait each quarter to get it, so it's just a nice benefit to have. So yeah, I definitely think the stock has a lot of potential. I wouldn't say it's so much a short to long-term hold for like a few years. You definitely could, but I think overall, if you're looking at the bigger picture, holding it for 5, 10, 15 years, you'll get those consistent dividends, and the price of the stock will eventually go up past their pre-pandemic levels once everything kind of gets back to normal. All right, last but not least, we have our last dividend stock, which is at&t. This is a tech stock that is a cellular company. They've been around for a very long time, so they have a lot of history behind them, and I don't think they're going to be going anywhere for a long time. But currently they're trading at around $30 per share. Pre-pandemic though, they were trading at around $40 plus a share. I like this stock a lot because it's been around for a while, and they have a lot of reliable customers that have not really switched over to another company like Verizon or T-Mobile. So it's really nice that they have this solid customer foundation. Now, it definitely is a smaller sized company when you compare it to Verizon and T-Mobile Sprint now, but I definitely think it's a safe stock, and their dividend is sitting at 6.77%, and they are paying out 52 cents per share quarterly. And when you really think about that, that's a really good payout for a $30 stock. You're getting 50 cents plus each share you own, so when you think about it, it's a really good deal. Now, the only downside I do see to this stock is that in the potential future, we could see T-Mobile really dominating the space because they just had that merger with Sprint, and Verizon is already a big giant, so it could be causing some problems in the near future or a few years. There's a potential that Verizon could merge with at&t and they could become a larger company in itself. So I think it's safe regardless, because if you just hold on to the stock, even if a merge does happen, you'll just get transferred over to Verizon, or you can sell before. It's really up to you. Plus, Verizon does offer a dividend as well, so regardless, you kind of win anyway. Well guys, thanks for watching. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite dividend stock is. And before you go, if you haven't already, support me as a new creator by hitting that like button, click subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new content. Remember, I post new videos weekly, and it would mean the world to me if you did subscribe. Also, don't forget about that monthly giveaway. Remember, it's super easy to sign up. Just go to the first video of the month. From there, just comment, like, and subscribe. You're entered. And you can also use my Webull link. It's in the description below. You get one free stock when you deposit $100 or more, and it is valued up to $1,600.